So what's going down? What's going down, man? Mr. Anderson back at it again. A brand new year 2023. Today we're going to talk about the asset game, man, and the benefits of having an asset versus liabilities. We're going to talk about this in relationships. Also, we're going to talk about this when it comes to your network. Stay tuned, man. It's about to go down. You heard me? I say the first thing you want to look at when they be looking at your asset game. What your portfolio look like. Your streams of income that you got coming in. Are you just working a 9 to 5? Are you an independent contractor? What kind of occupation do you have? You know what I'm saying? That's your only source of income that you got that's bringing you money. I mean, a lot of us trying to make money around the clock. We don't want to trade our time for money, but it seems like a lot of us stuck in that. So when you're looking at an asset, that's something that's going to bring value to you. That could be with people, your relationships you build, your network, you know what I'm saying, your job, your work ethic, whatever that is, man. You want to look at what's the asset to you that you got around you. Your relationship, your significant other, their asset or liability. Do they bring you joy? Do they bring you peace? Are they helping you make some money? Are they introducing you to the right people? You know what I'm saying? We know an asset and liabilities. It could be in so many different forms and so many different shapes and so many different ways. We ain't just talking about money, we're talking about people as well. I mean, like, man, the asset game is crazy, man. It really depends on how you look at things, you know what I'm talking about? So the first asset you have, number one, the first asset you have is your job. So that's how you pay your bills. That's how you stay where you stay at. That's how you eat. It covers pretty much everything. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a little bit left over from that job. But it's an asset, but it also can be a liability because it can force you to be satisfied with the money that you make from that job where you don't try to do anything else. So you want to make sure you want to turn your job into an asset. How you can do that? You got to put a plan together, whether it's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You need to set some money aside from that job to invest in your dreams and goals. And anytime my dreams and goals is not going to make you some money, you need to come up with a business plan, know what you're going to do with the money that you actually saving, and put that towards working for you. That's money that you don't touch. So your job can be an asset if you're looking at it that way. But it's not going to come overnight. You got to have delayed gratification, like I'm always saying. Put that money aside, know how much it's going to start to cost that business to start generating you some more money, separate from your job. Another asset you want to look at versus a liability is your vehicle. Are you using your vehicle just to get you around, or are you using your vehicle to handle some business? So when you're looking at buying a new vehicle, ain't no point of buying it new if you're not buying it new for business purposes. You might well get something that's old, that got a couple of miles on it, that's not beat up. You don't want to get no hand-me-down. But we're talking about assets versus liabilities. When you buy a brand new car, as soon as you drive it out the lot, it depreciates. So if you bought you a $100,000 car, as soon as you drive it out the lot, it's like worth $80,000, $75,000. It depreciates as soon as you drive it out the lot. So if you're not using it to make you some money, you're just using it to get you back and forth to work and to do the couple of things that you got going on, then it's considered a liability because over time it's going to depreciate. It's not going to make you money unless you bought it to make you money, meaning you bought it for work or you bought it to rent it out to constantly make money, just like you do a home or an apartment. A lot of people do that nowadays. Another asset, what you can look at, man, what do you own that's pretty much making you money? If it's something that's making you money or something that's adding value to you, that's an asset. So it can become, that's a person too. It can be your woman, it can be your man. You know what I'm saying? Are they bringing you money? Are they growing your network? How are they helping you expand? So if you got a person that's always taking from you in a relationship, somebody you paying for everything, and they not adding no value to you so where you can make some more money so you can pay for those things, that person is a liability, especially if you're a man, and you paying and you tricking off on a woman, but she not bringing no value, not adding no value to your life. What are you doing? You big Cadillac bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? That's a liability right there. I don't care how fine she is. Same thing with a man. I mean, if a man not adding to you, not pouring into you, helping you increase your network, helping you get in places that you can't get in without him, I mean, he could be considered a liability too. Especially this day and time, man, how a lot of women be paying for dudes. I mean, if the dude ain't the head of the household, that's already a problem right there. But he can be a liability too. So you supposed to add to each other, you know what I'm saying? And a man and a woman in different ways. A man supposed to lead, so he supposed to generate the money. And this woman is going to help him get some money by the way she look. The idea she can also give him, making sure he stay fed, take care of the home. You know what I'm talking about? That's how that go right there. If you take care of the home and the man go out there and do what he supposed to do, the woman gonna be good. Because you gotta look at it like this. Whenever we talking about the assets and we talking about relationships, if the man ain't the head of the household, it's pretty much not gonna work long term. Because if he the head and you making him better, his job is to take care of you. If you're not making him better, how he gonna take care of you and give you the wants that you actually have? So if you make his life good, he gonna make your life good, man. That's how that pretty much goes. It's a yin yang thing. It's a give and take. Same vice versa. But if he just giving you everything, you're not adding no value to him, eventually over time he gonna get tired of it. He gonna move on to somebody that can get asset to him. Same thing with women. If you can't add no value to your man because he's not ambitious or he's not trying to do anything else, and he at a standstill, it's probably gonna be time for you to find somebody else if that's what you're looking for. If you're trying to keep elevating, you know what I'm talking about? Assets always bring in, liabilities always take out. Look at like another thing I want to talk about. If you go buy a home, now me personally, I wouldn't buy no home. It's just my opinion from where I'm at in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that if you getting married and you got kids, buying a home, purchasing a home is what you're supposed to do because you want to make sure you raise your family inside of a home. But a guy like myself, I don't have no big family. You know what I'm saying? And I done had my child, he a teenager. So he gonna be out the house in a few years. But if you starting a family, then you want to look into getting the house. But buying a house is a marriage. Real talk. You're gonna be in that house longer than most marriages last. So that's most time a 15-year, 30-year commitment. So when you purchase that home, that's something that you're gonna be in long term. A person like myself, I like to rent. You know what I'm saying? I like to move around, go to different locations. I don't like to be locked down in one location. But again, if you're raising a family, you want to get you a home because rent is going to keep on increasing. The housing is just going to keep going up. So when you do decide to purchase a house, you locked in on that rate, whatever that house is. So once you do finally own a home outright, then it becomes an asset. But when you don't own it, it's not an asset. It's really a liability because you don't own it, you're paying into it, the bank owns it. So when people say I'm a homeowner, you're not officially a homeowner until you own it and you can sell it yourself. So until you own your home outright, it's considered a liability. Even though a lot of people don't look at it that way, it is what it is. If you don't own it, whatever it is, if you don't own it, it's a liability if you're paying somebody else for it. Same thing like, man, there's so much we could talk about when we talk about assets. You look at all these companies that we pay, the phone company, water bill, electricity, of course rent, like we just got through talking about. There's so many different bills out there, man. And that come every single month. So you want to look at and put yourself in a position where you getting money from somebody every single month. It tells you in the Bible. I'm not a very spiritual guy, but I do believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But if you look at the Bible, it tells you a buyer is a slave to the lender. So whoever owns got the right to create those rules however they want to create them. So when you're looking at assets, man, when you want to buy something, want to invest into something, make sure it's something that's giving you a return, whether that's some money or whether that's a relationship. In order to become better, to get something, you want to make sure you surround yourself around people or around things that's adding value to your life. If it's not adding value to your life, it's not an asset, it's a liability. And this would This is with everything. You're looking at everything from a business perspective. This goes with everything. Every single person that's in your life, a parent, a brother, a sister, a friend. You can look at your relationships and be like, okay, who's adding to what I got going on? Who's making me better? Who am I making better? When you're around people that's making you better, man, your asset's going to increase, because your asset increased by people. And people own the properties of everything. People own boats, airplanes, buildings, homes. So that's why I say it really is about your circle you surrounding yourself with. Make you enough money, save you enough money to own something yourself that you can make money off of it later on. It's the same thing with a business. If you got a business but you don't got no product or you don't have a good service, your business is a liability until you start making some money. But you want to invest into your dreams and your goal until you're on the green side. You know what I'm saying? Because the first couple of years in business, it's going to be your liability because you're going to be putting a lot more money than you're probably getting from it. But in order to grow a business and for it to come an asset to you, you got to invest into it. And you got to have a plan. And you want to look at exactly how you spend your money. I'm talking about on everything, every bill, every meal you eat, groceries, all these things you want to look at, because some things are liability versus assets. I consider food an asset because you need food to live. You know what I'm saying? But depending on how much money you're spending on your food is going to determine whether it's an asset or a liability. So if you overspend and overindulging in food, it's a liability. That's with anything in this world. Everything is a liability. Everything is an asset. Depending on where you at, it's going to determine whether it's an asset or a liability for you. Man, I hope y'all enjoying y'all day, man. It's the first weekend of 2023. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm looking forward to this year, man. I got a lot of people I'm going to be working with, a lot of things I'm working on, and I'm going to keep on making these videos. Any topic that's on my mind for the week, I'm going to come and discuss it and drop some information. Hopefully you'll learn something from looking at these videos. And I'm just speaking my mind, my peace of mind, Mr. Anderson Content. Y'all enjoy y'all week, man. I'll be seeing y'all next week. Peace.